Hello everybody, it's Holly from Orchids. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have a treat. I have a treat, you have a treat. I have ordered, I've been a little bad. I told my husband prepare for a bad month in August. We're 1 year from my dad's death. And so it's getting a little sketchy around here. Birth month and it's death month. So I'm probably going to be consoling myself with a couple orchids. I told my husband, I said, I have another one on the way from Michael. Michael, you're killing me. You're killing my checkbook over here. But you have these beautiful, beautiful orchids. And you know, I told my husband it's cheaper than therapy. So I'm going to console myself with some beautiful orchids. So, off the depressing subject, we are going to see what he has put in this box. So open this up. I'm gonna get my knife in there. This one, I'm trying to remember what I even ordered. I know the one I ordered that's en route here again. Bad, it's really bad. Is going to be a beautiful Passia pedalum. Oh my gosh. This is a really large plant. Oh my goodness. Okay, gentle, gentle. Okay, I know what this is. This is a, I can't unwrap and think at the same time. This is a Cattleya variety that's going to be smaller flowers, not enormous flowers, but there will be a lot on each spike. Probably more as it ages. But it is, I'll have to get the name for you. It will be orange. I do not have any, I don't think I have any true orange flowers. So I saw this Cattleya, and I thought, it needs to come here. Ablaze. So here it is, nicely coated, so that covered, so that the bark doesn't fall out. You don't want the bark falling out. There it is. Oh, there's a new bud forming. A new bud coming already. There it is. A beautiful new, a smaller variety of a Cattleya. Because I don't know if you've heard before me mention, I'm not a fan of gigantic Cattleya. I'm just not. It's too much. Oh my goodness. What is this? I don't know. I sit here in the evenings and I scan around on my phone. My problem is my husband goes to bed too early. He gets up really, really early, so he goes to bed really early. And I'm down here to my own devices. On my device, looking at orchids. So, can't control myself being left alone at night in the evening. I could be doing a lot worse things. I told my husband, I could be doing way worse things with my time in the evening. Then, scouting around for my next orchid fix. So here we go. Let's face it. It really is. It's an endorphin rush. Let's face it. You want to see the next orchid. You want to see it bloom. Oh my goodness. This is taped on rather well. Hold on. I'm getting it off here. I've injured my shoulder, so it's very hard to do anything like this. Let me first scan around for any spikes, possible spikes coming, because they will be coming up through this latest pseudobulb. I don't see anything yet, but he didn't say it was in spike. You know what? This doesn't have a tag with it. This does not have a tag with it, but it is an Oncidium variety. So, I'm trying to think what it was. It's going to drive me mad now. I'll have to go back through. I can't get into my phone. I'm using my phone to film. Obviously, it's an Oncidium variety. I'm just going to have to go back in and check. So it's even more of a surprise for me. So I really don't know what it is. Not sure. There it is. It is a little bit from packaging, but these will straighten back up. I mean, they're never going to stand up like this. They just don't on a good day even. So this is the Ablaze, which is an orange small Cattleya. No, I do not see a tag for this one, but nice healthy plant. And like I said, Tritan Orchids out of Louisiana. He has an Etsy shop, and also you can follow him on eBay. He often puts specials up on eBay. Well, I do have a beautiful Panthea petalum coming. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see it. Now, since we're on Tritan, I want to show you this. Oh, stop shaking. This is a Dendrobium Blue Twinkle. Very healthy, very beautiful. I mean, look at this. Nice new growth. Let me see if I can get you it's going to blend right in with my shirt. A nicer view of the blooms. And lightly scented. It's not a heavy scent. But yeah, this is very nice. Oh, and this pot, I'm switching a lot of my pots over to terracotta. Aesthetics, it's more pleasing. I think they respirate better. The moisture leaves quicker. It wicks quicker out. Also, my shirts, if I have loose sleeves on, they're not going to knock over a terracotta pot. When I open a window in the living room, it's not going to knock over my orchids, which happens. My husband said he wouldn't mind being able to open a window in the living room. So I have been moving. He said, well, just go get all new pots. Let's get them over here into terracotta. But I'm buying 4 every week, because it's a lot, just a repotting process. At a local greenhouse had a very nice small one I loved. It's big enough for an oncidium, but yet it's not deep. It's short, is what I want to say. And it did not come with holes. So I'm up there with a diamond bit in his shop, making a mess with terracotta. But this one is one I think I found at a yard sale. And I came home and put holes in it with a diamond bit. So you can get different sizes off Amazon and just drill right through. It doesn't take very long at all to get through these pots. And then you have nice aeration. But this one I repotted with a nice chunky bark. So I'm very, I just like the presentation of this one. I think this one turned out rather nicely. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, I have 2 of these. I was watering them, like, I got it confused with my Somkiat blue. And it's not a Somkiat blue, because I'm like, well, this isn't going to be a tiny. What did it mean, twinkle? I was confused. So I do have a Dendrobium Twinkle that's blue-ish. And then I also have the Somkiat blue, which is a much taller Dendrobium. So yeah, I'm very pleased with how this turns out. At the moment, it's sitting in the kitchen on my island. I have a rabbit foot fern out there that this is sitting next to. So it looks really nice. But I will put in the description of the video what this oncidium is. I don't remember. It's terrible to say. Place an order and you don't remember what you ordered. I do remember this. I've already remembered the Cattleya. This one I don't know. I have no idea. But I want to show you this. And you're not even going to be able to see the whole plant. Here is the beauty of the plant itself. Any of you guess what this is? And once again, I've drilled holes in my pot. This is Psychopsis Mendenhall. And we're going to have to, I'm going to lay it sideways. I'm going to lay it down sideways. I've injured my shoulder. I cannot. I was carrying a bag of chicken feed and I've hurt myself. Let me see. If I can get this down to the camera. See if it will stop moving. See that? That is my Psychopsis Mendenhall bud. We will be viewing this orchid within the week. Within the week here. It is, I have to get the tape measure up, but I'm going to say roughly 2.5 feet tall for its very first spike. So I am very, very pleased with this orchid. And basic oncidium care. It's in rough bark with a little bit of sphagnum. Terracotta pot. And it's doing very well. It lives in my east-facing window, right over there. Over there. That's where it lives. And my husband, we have our 2 chairs where we're sitting to have coffee. He is, I don't want to say obsessing over this orchid. He's starting to obsess about all the orchids. I don't know what is going on. He's searching for mealy bugs. He's just, I think he's beginning to wonder, and I think he's realized how much I've spent on these. I think he's realized This is a monetary value sitting in our house. Bless his heart, he's finally realized they cost money. So, it's funny. But he's very concerned for this one. Because I do go up and I touch it and I look at the bud. He's like, you're going to snap that spike. You're going to snap that spike. Stop touching that orchid. You need to quit moving it. But I mean, come on. There's nothing wrong. I had somebody come over once and say that her, I don't know, mother-in-law, somebody had told her she's not allowed to touch her orchids. You're not allowed to touch them. Yes, you are. Don't be afraid. I mean, for one thing, you're dusting it off. And this is a very, very stiff. This is not like your pliable little Oncidium type, even though this is in the Oncidium family, or it had been. Almost, I want to say almost leather-like. It's more like an old leather that's kind of sat out in the weather and got a little bit stiff. So it's very, very sturdy little plant. But I guess if my husband's home having coffee with me, I can't go up and show him because I'm delighted with this plant. I'm always like, Reggie, would you look at that? You just have to look up at it all the time. Like, we're going to see a butterfly. So of course, that's why you had to have the whole story. And I'll tell you the story if you haven't heard the story yet. I'll set it on its coaster. This orchid, in nature, it is pollinated by, I'm going to say it's a wasp or a bee. It's some flying creature, a wasp or a bee. Anyhow, and it looks like a butterfly that apparently, of course, as tall as it is, it's waving up in the air like a butterfly would be. It's not going to be a butterfly down here at ground level. It's not going to catch the attention of a wasp that it needs to pollinate. So this little orchid is devious enough and figured out how to have itself pollinated. It looks like a butterfly. And this butterfly antagonizes just by its very being. It really bothers the wasp. And so it attacks it. And it's just flying up and hitting this and trying to kill this butterfly that's out there bothering it in the field. And it pollinates itself. So, smart little plants. They actually, here's a little bit of my orchid talk, I'll tell you. They actually are apex plants. They're an apex plant in the plant world. They're right up there. I believe there's over right around 30,000 different types of orchids in the world. And we're not talking hybrids. If you go into your hybrids, I think they said it's like 300,000 different type of orchids out there, which a lot of mine are hybrids. And I'm imagining most of you, if you have orchids, a lot of yours are going to be hybrids. Let's face it, they're easy. They're so much easier to deal with. They accept our home environment so much more readily. So I'm not sure psychopsis mendenhall. I would bet this is a species. But yeah, it's just exciting. And in fact, you got to look way, way, way up at this thing. Like I said, about 2.5 feet tall. Now, I have heard rumors of 12 years of one of these spikes lasting. Who knows? More commonly seen 5 years, 5 to 7 years. So this spike, when this flower, it's a sequential orchid, sequential bloomer, excuse me. So when this flower blooms and it's done, it will fall off. Another one forms behind it. Like if you remember my Solange Udasana that I terribly, terribly miss. I want another Udasana so badly. They have some similar at Equigenera. I'm not sold on them. I really like the depth of color, the contrast between the white and the dark chocolate brown lip. So I've got my eye out for a Solange Udasana. If anybody knows where one can be found, I haven't found any anywhere, but it just didn't make it here. But this one will fall off. It's same as that one did, and then a few weeks later, another one develops. So for years on end, this spike will keep blooming. And I've seen other orchid growers on YouTube have multiple spikes. So it's really, really nice. It's just, I mean, once I have invested the time, almost, I want to say September will be 2 years because I think I maybe treated myself. My birthday month last year. I think I may have treated myself to this. I got it off of eBay, a woman up in Akron. So I'm really pleased with this. But yeah, the initial wait time to get this thing to bloom in comparison to how long I will have blooms is it's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, off this one spike alone, at least 5 years. if I keep my mitts off of it. So it is on a, it's staked, and it does have two clips on it. And you know, I don't know if it ages, as it ages, it will lengthen, of course, incrementally. I will probably maybe add a little longer stake. I don't know. It depends. We'll see. We'll see how it looks when it blooms. But it's going to be absolutely beautiful. It has 2 names. 3, psychopsis. I mean, let's get real. Psychopsis mendenhall, its true name. But it also, the nicknames, it goes by the butterfly orchid, or it goes by the samurai warrior orchid. And when this blooms, you will see, probably depending on your personality and your interest in life, what you're going to see. You might see the beautiful, fluffy little butterfly with the antennas, or you might see the warrior. And the warrior, it actually looks like, the antennas actually look like swords coming up his back. And if you look closely at the inside the lip, you will see a little face. It actually does look like a little face. So I don't know. I mean, it's cute to call it the butterfly orchid, but in my house, I don't know. It might be a samurai. It might be a little samurai warrior, because it does. It looks like he's got, I don't know. Wait until next week when I show you a close-up of this orchid blooming. If it blooms, if this bud blasts, my husband's going to lay full responsibility on me. I told you not to touch that orchid. I've been hearing about bud blasts on these, so it's a terrible, terrible fright. Just like, please don't blast. Please don't blast. But I am not moving it from where it lives, except right here in a video for you. It lives like 10 feet away over there in my east-facing window. And I'm not keeping the window open in the evening for much cool air to come in. I'm being very careful with it. And when the sun is way too intense, because it gets a lot of intense sun in the morning, I pull the shades down so it's not too much on it. I don't want to shock it when it's giving me its first bloom. So yeah, exciting times coming. New orchids. I'm really excited. I will put this in the description. I mean, honestly, Oncidium. I know what it is. Finally kicked in. I know exactly what this is. This is a brassia. This is something night. Where is its tag? Maybe he lost it when he was packing it. The man sells a lot of orchids. And he's very, very nice to work with. So, anyhow, yeah, it is a spidery type, and it will be a dark purple. So I thought it was a little creepier than my yellow ones. I really do I like it. Even my son, he comes out and he goes, I don't, where are your cool orchids, Mom? There's nothing cool out here. Well, no, because you're looking at Miltoniopsis. You're looking at, everything that's more soft in the feminine kind of look right now. Whereas he's waiting for the spiders. So this one I do remember now. I do. In my late night frenzy of searching for another orchid, I did order this because I thought, how cool is that? And it's something night. I'm not sure exactly what the name is on it, but it will be a purple spider with the long sepals. So yes, I know what it is. I'm not that far gone that I don't know what it is. So yeah, expect maybe in the month of August, a couple more new ones coming. I have to get control of myself. I mean, I can't be ordering orchids every day. I said something to my sister that it must have sounded exciting when I called her. And she said, did you order another orchid? Really mean. Like, no, I did not order another orchid. I ordered 2. Here they are. I saw a meme the other day. I said, every family has that one weirdo that has completely formed her identity around plants. That's me. My entire identity is formed around these beautiful orchids and outdoors. Oh my gosh, I got the most beautiful lily the other day. I went out, I was able to find my snowdrop anemone in a plant form instead of the bulbs at a local greenhouse. I saw them at a botanical center, Kingwood Gardens, this spring, and they were so absolutely beautiful. And they obviously spread very, very well, which we have 4 acres here, so I'm really happy with anything that's going to travel and spread for me. I'm going to regret that one day. But I fell madly in love with these. And of course, Kingwood didn't have it in their greenhouse. So why would you not have this beautiful plant that you have right at your doorway entrance coming in, not for sale for people like me who want that plant? So I did find it Sunday. I think Sunday I went over to a local greenhouse. I found that. And I did a succulent video if you watched it. I'm not terribly into succulents. My daughter's more the succulent person. I do have a burrow tail. And believe it or not, there's something called a donkey tail that's very similar, but yet different. And so I own both of those. And I had to replace my string of pearls. And I replaced it this time. I'm looking at it. It's over there, so I keep looking over there. Celeste, please don't bark, honey. I snap my fingers now. She's going to bark. That is our dog who's just psychotic. She can't leave the home. She can't go anywhere. She sleeps under my chair all the time. She sits under my chair, and I'll be peacefully reading a book or watching an orchid video or just sitting down having a cup of coffee. Suddenly, chaos. Utter chaos, because she heard something out in the world that's disturbed her, and we're all going to be dead in 5 minutes if she doesn't alert. That's our dog that is that way. Mia is my travel dog. She's the original mother of these two, and she likes to go to Lowe's. So if you tell her, load up, get in the car, we're going to Lowe's, she's in the car. And then she just gazes at me lovingly the entire trip. She's too much. She's absolutely beautiful. And then Lilibet, that you see a lot because she's so big and she wanders around a lot, the black and white one. She's my hiker. We went hiking Saturday, and we haven't been hiking in a while with the group. And we went with the expert hikers again over at Mohican, and did 2 miles, and it was muggy. We went down to a place called Fern Hollow, which was really, really pretty, and we followed up above the lake. So not at lake level, but you could see the Charles Mill Lake. Is that the one at the dam there? I should know. That's not Charles Mill. Anyhow, the lake. Whatever lake, Mohican Lake. I am only over there once a week hiking. We just call it the dam. So we were hiking up above that, maybe 75 feet above the lake, and you could see it, through the trees. But Lily was having none of it. This was her worst hike ever for behavior. She just was skittish. She was very apprehensive to be on this trail. For one thing, it was a horse trail, so she was running into horse manure every 20 feet along the way. She was like, "What? I don't know what this animal is," but horses. Celeste don't. And she didn't like to hear little children screaming who were playing in the lake. That really upset her. She's not around little children, so she's not used to hearing little children screaming. She probably thought they needed help. I don't know. She was really worked up with the sound of boats. She didn't like the boats either. And there are a lot of boats out on the lake. So she didn't like the horse manure. She did not like the boat sounds and children screaming. She was having none of it. I think she was just she didn't know what, she was overwhelmed. She didn't know what to do. Because she's typically the greatest little hiker. She just loves to hike. So anyhow, that's my dog update. I'm never getting another dog. Like I'm never getting another orchid. I can't be trusted. I can't be trusted about dogs, and I can't be trusted about orchids. Other than that, I think I'm pretty low maintenance. I don't think there's anything else I obsess over or I have to constantly go purchase. So, but I look at it this way. I'm not a Starbucks person. I carry my thermos with me of coffee. I don't go have my nails done. I'm a gardener. Good heavens. Could you imagine if I had my nails done? I mean, I'd trash them the first time I went out to weed my garden. But my little extra money goes into these beauties. And they're fun. It's a nice little hobby. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining me today. And I don't know what we'll see next. Will we see the psychopsis open? Or will we receive the next Pathiopedilum? And it's going to be so... I'm going to have to find a way to insert a picture for you. I need to sit down and work on that before school starts this year. We're going to be starting homeschooling again soon. How to insert a video. I'm sure it's very easy in editor. But it almost has Rothschildianum appearance to it, but with the purple lip. So the slipper part is purple, like a lavender. So it's going to be really, really pretty. I couldn't pass that up. And then, oh my goodness, he sent me a $10 coupon. A coupon for another purchase. So, Michael, you're not helping. You're not helping at all. Because immediately I went on, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a $10 coupon on 2 purchases. So, and my 13-year-old son said, Mom, it's not a deal, and it's not a saving. It's not $10 off if you have to go buy more to get it. You're not really saving, you're spending more money. So, he talked me down last week. But you know what? The next time I sit down on my phone, he's probably not going to be there. I'm going to redeem that $10 coupon. You know I will. So anyhow, I'm kind of moving into the Pathia petalums. I see they're doing well. I have one I bought at Groovy Plant this spring or this fall, sometime in the summertime, and it's setting up a new bud. So I'm really, really happy with that. And I think my Spicerianum, I'm thinking any day it's going to send up a bud. And I'm looking over there because I have so many sitting there. I have 4. I think I have 4 sitting over there right now of the Pathia petalums. And I think I have 4 or so in the other room over there. So I'll have 8 or 9 or 10. I have to count them up. Maybe I'll do a little clip on all my Pathia petalums. I think I've done that before though. But anyhow, so the Pathia petalum collection is growing. The Brassia collection, my spiders, they are growing. I think I might have, this might make 6. But they're just so fun. I enjoy them. I love the beautiful, beautiful orchids that you just say, oh, it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. But I also like my spiders. Oh, I did find on Michael's site, I was so happy. Last night I saw an orchid. I have to write the name down. Excuse me, I screenshotted it. It's that yellow one with that little teeny pinch of purple in the lip. It's a more delicate spidery one. I brought home from Groovy Plant Ranch. I believe it was a cold winter day. I even put my coat over it in the car because I had to swing around and get groceries on the way home real quick. Now, they don't go anywhere out in the boonies. You don't go anywhere unless you do 100 errands. When I'm gone, I'm gone. I make errands. We're not in town. We have a half an hour to go anywhere. Half hour to get anything we need. We have to travel half an hour. So there are wonderful blessings about being out in the boondocks. Not if you want convenience. If you like convenience, don't move out to the country. You're going to have a half-hour trip anywhere you go. So anyhow, I was traveling around with this orchid, and I brought it home, and it didn't have a tag. It just said orchid on it. So I saw it on one of Michael's pictures. So I screenshotted it. Now I'm going to have to, when I get off, I'm going to have to make a label, and I'm going to write down what that is. I don't know where the orchid is. It's a problem. If you lose your labels, good luck. Just absolutely good luck knowing what it is until it blooms again. So I'm going to write the label. I'm going to set it in my area where I keep labels that have lost the orchid they belong to. Because I keep them, because one day the orchid's going to bloom and I'm going to know. Yeah, right. I'm going to know what orchid it is. So I do have tags made for all of these orchids that I've just lost along the way. So as they bloom, hopefully I will be responsible enough to put the tags back in the pot that it belongs in. But this one here, will be one of my next ones that I will, because I see a little root growth, I will probably transplant that into terracotta. I mean, there's no sense bringing anything new in that I'm not immediately transferring over. But Pathia petalums, I would never. I don't think I would ever put a Pathia petalum in a terracotta pot. For one reason, they like their moisture. They don't want to be sodden. They don't want to be soaking wet. But I don't think they should dry out. Now, one of his I got, Lady Isabel, it has a really large perlite. That doesn't sound like the correct word. But anyhow, the white rock type item, I'm losing it today. I need to find the larger variety. I think it is perlite. I don't want the small little ones that I currently have in my pots. I'd like that bigger one, just for more aeration. So I might need to up pot a couple. There's one over there bothering my husband. He says it's not a big enough pot. He's micromanaging my orchids. Yes. He's sitting over there drinking his coffee, supposedly chatting with me. No, he's not. He's checking them all out. Which is a good thing. He's taking has a little vested interest now in the orchids, and he's keeping an eye on them. He did spot a mealybug. He was outside the other day, outside the window looking in, and he taps on the window and he goes, I see a mealybug. So he did, because he could see the underside from outside where he was. So I'm like, well, you know what? You did. We are having a little issue with some mealybugs lately. In and out, people going in and out, screens. They say even a screen won't keep a mealybug out. So, we open the windows. We live out in the country. They're coming in. So the benefit of every time I have an orchid that I water, I hand water. I set each one down in. So I'm able to, it only takes a second. It's just a second. You just look, and you want to look down in the crevices. I'll tell you what. If you have an oncidium, you want to look definitely where the leaves, where they meet. You want to look at any crevice. And underneath. Take a second. Take a look. Michael, they're fine. I don't see anything. This suspiciously looks like Lilybet has chewed on it. It looks maybe a staple, something has gotten into it. But I think maybe it had been stapled at some point with the plastic around it. But it looks like Lilybet. Lilybet chews on, she chews every now and then orchids. They're not toxic. An orchid is not toxic to people or animals. So anyhow, there you go. There's your spiel for today. Thank you for joining me. We will be back in a few days to show you Psychopsis Mendenhall. And I'm trying to think, maybe I'll have a few more. I might do at the same time, I might do the Mendenhall, and I might do the new Paphiopedilum. It is en route. Last time I checked tracking, it is still in Louisiana. So it's heading this way. What's today? Tuesday in Ohio. Still Tuesday in Louisiana. But you know what I'm saying. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Thursday or Friday? These didn't take very long. I ordered these Friday, or probably, let's get real, Friday night I ordered these when I was surfing the web. Friday night, and they're here today on Tuesday. So, not bad. I mean, you had to deal with the weekend. So, I'm assuming Thursday, we'll be looking at the new Paphiopedilum. I'm really moving into the paths, but I think when you have a whole collection of orchids, eventually you kind of settle on, I mean, you love them all. My husband said, you have too many orchids. I said, which one would you get rid of? Point it out. Which one would you get rid of? Which one would you send out to the world? So it stops him. I say that with the dogs too. Wait, 3 dogs is too many. Oh, which one, Reggie? Which one? Which one goes? It stops him pretty quick. If you have to make the decision which one goes, you're not getting rid of any dogs. I'm not getting rid of any of my dogs. Even the little tyrant that hides under my chair, we're not getting rid of our dogs. So, and no orchids. I do have 2 for sale that I have to put on a local plant site that, they're just 2 more oncidiums that are coming into bloom. Some extras I got from Carmela that just starting to open here this week. I just don't need them. I have plenty of oncidiums. What I do want is to focus more on the brassica types in the future. Not get rid of any that I have loved and had for years, but more brassica types and more Paphiopedilums. I'm kind of happy with them. So we'll see. And they stay in bloom your Paphiopedilum stays in bloom for a very, very long time. So I'm really excited. And Lady Isabel over there, she is supposed to go up and have long, beautiful, flowing sepals. And I believe I'm trying to think if she's a sequential bloomer like this. I don't think she's multifloral. I don't think you're going to have several at a time blooms. I think she's a sequential. So we'll see. She's a big, beautiful, healthy plant. And that one did come from Michael as well. So, yeah. Check out your local growers. Check out your eBay growers, your Etsy. Michael is on Etsy, Tritan.